Right, what does episode 11 have for us? It's been a while since I've seen Apothecary. Oh, right, last episode was the revelation about her father. I mean, I can just imagine, I can't even imagine what thoughts are going off in her mind after the letter reveal. She's moving away.
いつ引っ越されるのですか。察しがいいのね。アードー妃はもう子を産めないのですね。
Except for that one child.
出産時に何があったのですか。にいたのは私の父なので。
Oh, what is the reaction?
その頃東宮妃だったアードー妃の出産が時の皇后の出産と時期が重なった。
What? We saw this in the beginning. Or was that something else?
天秤にかけた結果、
Ah.
出産は後回しにされた。
Ah, shit. Fuck.
その時ですね。アードー妃が子宮を失ったのは。その後、アードー妃のもとに生まれた子は幼くして亡くなってしまった。この間の毒を白い事件と同じだと思われていますが、それは違いますよね。
What is happening?
そう、本当の死因はこれです。花の中には毒のあるものも多い。トリカブトやレンゲツツジのように、その蜜にも毒性がある。知っているわ。
Why would she?
知らなかった。毒を含まないただの蜂蜜が需要にいいと与えていた薬が赤子にとって毒になること。
So that's her child who died later on because of her fault.
謎として当時医官だった私の父ルオメンは出産時の処置も含めキノコの死因を知ることとなる。ある人物が蜂蜜は赤子にとっては毒になると教えたんです。
So that's how she comes into the picture. Whoa.
そうと考えた。その人物こそがリーシュヒです。ついていた。
My mind is getting blown. What is happening? What is happening?
先帝の時代
In the previous emperor's reign, concubine Lishu was close.
アードー妃に懐いていた。子供を持つこともできる。
Right. So that kind of dynamic would play out.
一種の共依存が生まれていたのか。
Yeah.
リーシュ妃をザクロ宮から追い返すようになった。
Okay.
やがて先帝が崩御してリ
Who
ーシュ妃は追い返された。
forcefully the real
わから
passing
ない
away of Ashish sister
リーシュ妃は再び皇宮に現れる。
as the
同
current
じ上級妃として
emperor's
追いやる立場として妃の立場を守るため、そして蜂蜜の剣を隠すためにあなたは
go to such
リーシュ妃の
lengths
スープ
just to protect her own hide.
そんなものはありません。何でもいいのよ。
She really wants to buy you out. Fuck. I really have to go back to it. I don't think I've fully processed everything that happened right now. What all she has figured out.
お父様に初めてお会いした時、
Ado.
この方以外に仕えるべき人はいないと感じていたわ。心から尊敬し
She really does look like
親の言うことを
Jinshi.
聞き、言われるがままに次女になった私と比べてどれほど衝撃を受けた
Ah,
こと
my god. Such a twisted way of serving
なのに私
the
は
person who you're.
アードー様の一番大切なものを
Yeah.
この手で奪ってしまったのよ。アードー様が玉のように大切にしてきた赤子を
Hmm.
この手で夏になるまでわからないものだ。
Back in that day. Oh my god, look at her face.
子は天の
The,
命にした。
the voice. So defeated. Fuck, man. This. The music.
この16年間アードー妃のためにわからない、私にはそこまで他人を大切に思える心がない。
She is very compassionate and
私の
empathetic.
話を聞けば
Even in the situation.
本人を必ず捕まる。
So what are you gonna do?
私に提案があります。動機を一つにすることだけです。
Two makes one.
結果は変わりません。 それでもよろしければ。
I'm sorry if I've been very silent. I'm just trying to figure out.
疲れた。弱みはできないし、
She's way too
それで着
smart.
替える必要なくてよかったな。
She was fully
着られた
prepared
ら
to get
痛いからな。
slashed. Oh my god.
が自首し
She
てきた
turned
のな
herself
ら
in.
何か
For
知ら
what
ないか
crime?
お前の言った通りアード王妃のため四夫人の座にとどまれるようにするためだったそうだ。
That's what she
そうです
is.
か。
君の離宮に住まうことになった
Hmm.
今回の件が原因でしょうか。
例の判断だそう
そうですか。この花、
The
だ。さっ
same
き本ニャンが飾っていたぞ。
poisonous. What are you doing?
甘いな。
毒ですけどね。
I was gonna say
死
that.
ぬことはないので大丈夫ですよ。二つの動機を一つにすれば、
How?
赤子の死の原因をアード王妃に知られないようにすることはできる。最大限だった。
What did you suggest her? So she's still gonna be hanged. Okay. Okay. Oh, come on. Tell
見
me.
れない。
Who is Jinshi? God, I'm so confused. This is the problem with watching a show with a lot of delay in between episodes. I just forget stuff. I feel like this was a huge culmination of a lot of stuff that has happened since episode 1. So many hints, so many small plots.
おや、先客かい？この間、手伝いに来ていた次女だな。
すぐに帰りますので。
いや、
Oh, there was someone.
一杯付き合わないか。
It was her. 2 episodes ago, right? Or was it last episode? She was sitting atop the parapet.
息子がこの手からいなくなってからずっと、私は妃ではなく、皇帝の友人だったんだ。
Ah.
妃をやっていただけ。早く誰かに受け渡したかった。どうしてすがりついていたのだろう。水の中は寒かっただろうな。苦しかっただろうな。
Talking about the servant.
みんなバカだ。
そうかもしれません。なんとなく分かった。
Please explain to me.
やはりあの下女は自殺だったのだ。アード王妃はそれに気づいていた。
When she was sitting there.
自殺に加担していたのかもしれない。アード王妃の意思に関わらず、彼女のために命を懸ける者たちがいる。私もそろそろ降りよう。
That is so dangerous. Oh, fuck.
誰だよいきなり。
Jinshi.
悪かったな。
Is he drunk?
紳士様、なぜここに？
それは俺の方が聞きたい。
していただけますか？
What are you doing?
話してください。
寒いからやだ。
He's in a bad mood.
仕方ない。
付き合いね。
Mm-hmm.
戻ってきたと思ったら、すっきりしたから帰れと追い出された。
What?
このお方をそんな風に扱える人間がこの高級にもいるのだな。
What is the relationship and why do they look so similar?
よく考えると、
Yeah,
本
you
当は
owe,
私が落ち
you
て
owe
きて
him.
受け止めてもらったんだから。
Yeah, he is. Something's up.
もう少しだけだ。少しだけ温めてくれ。
Without any.
二人とも二日酔いの心配はなさそうだな。娘に渡されることが決まっている。
I have a lot to say, but at the same time, I feel like I'm missing
誰かに似
pieces.
ていると思ったが。
Yeah, they look.
紳士様のことだ
Yeah.
あの二人、服装を入れ替え
Is
た
that
方
just a
がいい。
coincidence or?
いなくなってから。
I was gonna say that. That was a very interesting choice of
まる
words.
でまだ生きているようにも捉えられる言い方だ。アード妃は身に染みて分かっただろう。
何をする？まだアール王様が皇后様が優先だ。
Okay. This was the
所詮は
piece I was
乳母の
missing.
所詮は乳
She
母の
was just a nurse's daughter, a
父
childhood
兄
friend
弟
of the
である
prince.
妃に過
Okay.
ぎない自分のもとより、当時の皇后
Son
の
would live a
もと
better
に生まれ
life as
た
the emperor
若者
dowager's son.
庇護を受けるということを。 何が正しいのか判断などできなかったかもしれない。
But who made the swap?
だがその結果己の息子が助かったのであれば、それはアードー妃の本望だっただろう。後日赤子が取り替えられたのがバレた
It's
と
a
する。
swap later on.
もしそれが赤子が死んだ後
Yeah.
気づかなかった親父が肉刑まで受けたことにも納得がいく。
Not noticing.
もしそうなら皇帝の弟が今微妙な立場にあることも
Delicate position.
潔いはずのアードー妃が高級を去らず、
I can't understand.
実にくだらないバカバカしいくらいの妄想だ。
There are way too many pieces and I've
できる次女がいるということ、それはどれほどの救いになるだろうか。
He was the one who had accidentally poisoned. Similar to Ado and Feng Ming, right?
青年のような凛々しい妃の顔が母親の顔に見えた。
Fuck this episode. Okay, I'll have to do some homework after this. I really need to understand everything.
関係者の名簿です。
さらわれて売り飛ばされたと聞いていたが、
Huh? Huh? What? Alright, that was episode 11. Okay, I just went back to episode 9 and 10 and I rewatched episode 11. I think I get the picture. This was so... I want to give a very big compliment to the story so far. It was so organically weaved into the narratives and I didn't even notice. You know, like everything led up to this episode. Maybe a few things will carry over to the next episodes as we see in the end that these two are related somehow through families, but that's a thing for the next episode. I want to focus on how they built up this whole story right from episode 2 or 3, I believe, where someone was poisoned and then there were those marks, right, those tablets that were used as a code, and she got burnt on her hands. Then the whole thing with Lady Lishu who was poisoned, and then the thing with the wheat stalks. I think those flowers were there. I'm not sure if I remember correctly, but then obviously the honey thing with episode 9 and 10 and 11, like this, and the suicide by the servant and by that general who was killed, and so many interweaving plots and so many different motivations, so many things flowing. It's a lot more complicated than I thought. Like, it really took me some time and I still don't think I've figured out everything, but I will try my best to explain what I think happened. So where do I even start? Do I start chronologically from when the two princes had when the two babies were born, or do I start from her explanation? But man, I really want to compliment the show. The writing was very intelligent. I never felt that something was forced. I never felt that something was created just for the sake of, out of nowhere, out of left field, or something was retconned. It was all thought out very well, and we're just 11 episodes into it. It's a 2-course show, and I think there's more in the manga. So this is a very intelligent show. I just realized, like, all the setups that were happening. So if I understand correctly, so her father, right, he was he was the kind of like a not head surgeon, the head doctor, in a very high position. And there were these 2 deliveries that were happening. And that time, concubine Ado was with the prince, who is the current emperor, right. And the 2 deliveries happened. The Empress Dowager was given priority. Her son was Lady Ado's son was delivered, but she lost her uterus. So she basically lost her ability to produce more kids, and people probably knew about it. But then why did she stay in the rear palace, right? Why was she still one of the 4 prime concubines so far? Because her son, who died because of Feng Ming, accidentally, because there's so many links. It's even difficult to explain, but I'm so excited. I'm so pleased that I get a show that really makes me think about the different connecting threads. So, and I like how the show set up these small elements, right? The lack of, okay, so okay, oh my god, this is so difficult to explain. So we constantly see throughout the many episodes that people in power, or people who are there to serve those in power, often do not know the consequences of naturally occurring poisons, right? We've seen it from episode 1 itself. Where where it's very easy to accidentally poison someone, or poison yourself. We've seen that with the, I mean, with all the good intentions. Even we've seen with the lead powder. We've seen with what was that? There are more examples. I can't remember the first few episodes, but basically my point is that there are poisons naturally occurring which people don't know about, right? And the plants, right? The firewood with the soldiers. So, and then we get the setup that honey is a poison. Now, if Lady Lishu's episode had not occurred, in like episode 9, where it was hinted that honey can also be a poison because there's some flowers that are poisonous which the bees will extract, so that honey mixture will become poisonous. And she had an apiary, right? So obviously it would be highly likely that when she was taking care of the baby, she would feed the baby honey, thinking it was, something good for the baby, but she did not know that it was poisonous. You need someone like, basically, every palace, every concubine, everyone in power needs someone as intelligent and knowledgeable as our main character. Like, she is basically saving lives left and right. Like, God, having that knowledge of having an apothecary is so useful, is so important. I think she is going to be put in some very precarious situations. She's going to be put in. She's going to have more responsibility. Jinshi is already giving her more and more things to do to figure out. Is more relying on her. But yeah, I don't know what I'm rambling about. What was I saying? Yeah. So that honey was a poison. So she killed the baby, thinking that it was Ado's baby, and I don't think she knows. She doesn't know that the babies were swapped. So she died, knowing, having that guilt that like all these 15-16 years that she had killed um, her concubine, her lady mistress's baby, and that's what really I don't understand Ado's character, because if she swapped the two babies, she never told anyone. So only Jinshi, who is the baby, who grew up to be the emperor's brother in a delicate position, who is actually the emperor's son, he knows about it. The emperor obviously knows about it, and Lady Ado knows about it. Right, and that's when, and after knowing about what had happened, they had fired the her dad, right, from the position, for not noticing, for being unable to deliver the baby, because in the official reports it was mentioned that the baby died of some kind of poison, but the truth is that she accidentally poisoned him. But yeah, he was fired. So why not tell your concubine, your what's the position, lady in waiting, whatever the position is. Wait, lady in waiting, yeah. Maybe, I mean, I can understand that it's a very delicate situation. You cannot let the secret out, so obviously she won't tell. So it's like both parties are suffering. Like, she is suffering, thinking that I killed the kid, the baby, and then Lady Ado is suffering from the fact that she has to hold on to the secret, and people who are serving her are sacrificing themselves left and right to keep her in this position, when in fact she is put in this position because she is the mother of Jinshi, who is now in the title of the emperor's brother because of the swap. So obviously she is still in the real palace. The emperor has kept her in the real palace despite not being able to give birth for the past 16 years. So I don't know why now. Why is she moving away now? Is it because a new concubine is coming? because apparently it was said that she was given this position out of pity, but obviously that's not the case, right? Because her son is still alive. Her son is now the emperor's brother, but also the emperor's son, on paper, off paper. Uh, but yes, that's very complicated. That so many people made so many choices that interconnected and just led to so many different situations. It's insane. I really like. Okay, so that's what I think. That is my understanding of everything. So Jinshi is Lady Ado's son, which Mamo kind of uh, throws out the window that theory because it just looks like lunacy, but it makes sense, and I'm pretty sure that's the truth. And Mamo just doesn't want to believe it. What else was there? The thing with the poison is resolved, and yeah. So once Lady Lishu's uh, whole story was known to Feng Ming, obviously she would keep her away, and that's where the motive for the poison comes, and that's where the servant was employed, and she had to make sure that the servant would have to be dealt with that loose thread. So she probably convinced that's for the greater good, so sacrifice herself, commit suicide. I don't know why the general was poisoned with the salt. The two episodes back, I think he also got to know about it or something. I don't remember. I did watch that episode, but I don't remember why exactly he was assassinated by the servant. Could be something related to this only. I still don't know what Jinshi's position is. Like, what is his motive, or rather, what is he put in place to do? He is the head eunuch, but it's like he's three different people, right? He's the emperor's brother, who is a secret. He's the emperor's son, which is the truth, and he's also the head eunuch. And it's too complicated. Like I'm admitting that the show is smarter than I can. Smarter than is much smarter than me, and I cannot understand everything. So I do admit defeat. Um, but yeah, anything that I missed or I said incorrectly, you can correct me in the comments. I want to touch upon Mamo's character again, and we see this often where Mamo does solve a lot of mysteries, a lot of situations, but she chooses not to say or to give out the truth because she does not want that person's death on her hands. Because of her judgment, she doesn't judge people. She does empathize with everyone, and she does understand everyone's perspectives, their position, what forced their hand even in this situation. And we see this in the last episode also, last to last episode with the soldier, right? She had basically hinted everything that it's very obvious who poisoned that general, but she's not going to blurt out the truth. Okay, I had to go somewhere. I lost my train of thought. I don't know what I was talking about. Yeah, Mama's character, right? She doesn't want to pass judgment. She doesn't want to be in a position where people are convicted or they are found guilty or punishments happen because of what input she is giving. She really doesn't want to be in that position, and Jinshi again and again forces her to be in that position. And we see this again, instead of telling Jinshi off that I basically solved the mystery, the Feng Ming is a culprit. She does empathize with her, which shows a great deal of compassion on her side. Like, Mao is such a good character, honestly. So yeah, that resolves the thing with Li Shu, the dynamic between these two. Then Feng Ming's motives, everything, a lot of things got cleared, right? Even Jinshi's character is pretty much like obvious now. He is the Emperor's son. So yeah, and Jinshi knows about it. I don't know what he's doing. Like, this was the big mystery, right? Or is there something else that I'm missing that is going to be the next big arc? I don't really know. What else? Also, it's like there's so many layers of truth in this show. It's like what is officially stated versus what certain people know to be true, and what is the actual truth. Like the baby being swapped, there's no evidence of that. Nobody knows except the people who were directly involved in it, and nobody will ever know. And I doubt Mama will ever bring it up. She can't bring it up, right? That's a big thing to accuse something like that. We get this intimate moment with Jinshi and Mama. I can assume that he went there to comfort Ado, right, because of Feng Ming's death, and brought back memories and events. Like she's her mother. She is his mother, right? Um, yeah, that's pretty interesting. I wonder what Jinshi is going through, like what's going on in his mind. Maybe the position he is in, he kind of laments it, right? Because he can't be with his mother because she's gonna go away to the far south end of the palace, so he's probably not gonna able to meet with her. I don't know whose request it was for her to be in the real palace for all these years. Maybe it was Jinshi, maybe it was Ado who requested I be closer to my son. But now the new concubine is coming, they have to play their parts, otherwise people will get suspicious, and that's why the whole motive with Feng Ming was that I need to get rid of Lady Lishu so that Ado can be here. But little did she know that Ado never wanted to be here, because of all these pointless deaths. It's like people who think they know what's best for the people who they serve, but it's often not the case. It's really tragic. Yeah, so let's see what happens with. Also, I like the parallels drawn with Lady Lishu and this lady in waiting. Similar to Feng Ming, you have this at least one loyal person who serves you, because Lady Lishu, the people who serve her do not have her best interest. They let her be poisoned. They mock her. They ridicule her. They have no empathy for her. She might as well be put out of her misery, right? So at least she has someone loyal to her. So yeah, a lot of big things happen, big moves. So let's see where the story goes from here, because this was insane. That Mama is related to Feng Ming. I don't really know what that implies, but I'll leave that for the next episode. Anyway, this was a big episode. I think I'll just only record one right now. Next episode will be its own video. So yeah, so this was a damn good episode. See you guys next week.